What's up guys, my name is Mike, and I'll welcome you back to another Okie Dokie Literature Club. Prepare your brain to get fucked. This episode, I was recording a bit of something, but I fucked up. So, the big first part of the video is gonna be this. Yes, look, I'm gonna start from the start of the last video, yeah? And I'm gonna do one single thing. Click this button and let it slide until I get back to the point where I ended last time. So, can I skip this as well? God damn it. We'll be skipping a lot, so I'm sorry for that. It was my own fuck up. And I did want you to see how it like works behind the scenes a bit. Right? This major of a fuck up. So, yeah. I'm sorry for that, but I'm trying to choose the same ones, the same choices as yeah, now. Extreme, after image, existence, empty, fuck, atone, fickle, what's that word? Okay, climax, grief, pleasure, sensation, daydream, intellectual, peaceful. You're peaceful, right? Okay. Passion, sadness, disarray, misery, threatening, controllable, barfit. What's a barfit, even? Okay, so here is when I ended, okay? Good. Now let's begin. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable. Hey, over the past couple days, enter the crumble room. The usual scene greets me. Hi, Mike. Yo, Yuri. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being around the club, that's all. I see. That's a real thing. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simplest thing. That with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Yuri? Eh? Why that? All of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to take a look at it. Yuri nervously retrieves the coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the floor. No, the desk, not the floor, idiot. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Yuri. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't... What is that knocking? Christ, what was that knocking just now? I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Mike to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Yuri. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun inside of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. You know, there's a difference between a revolution and a retribution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Suri. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. She knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she would be bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Suri. That slap noise was so good. God! Out of nowhere, something smacks Suri in the face and tumbles onto the disc. Ouch, what was... Eh? A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Siri glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because it's because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Siri hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Siri rapidly tears open the wrappers and takes a bit bite. It's so good. Move. Siri suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours look very good too, Natsuki. I don't know if she's eating or not, but I'm gonna say like, can you try too? Jeez, beggars can be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Suri gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up and nudge Suri off of her. Hump. Suri suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Suri throts away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Suri... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Hey? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I gotta get the beautiful, beautiful new thumbnail. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mike. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, did I miss anything? Did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Yuri's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has settled down already. Yuri somehow already finished her entire cookie. No, she's just an eating machine. You put food in front of her, she just dumps it. She just chugs the snacks. Chug the snacks, boy, chug it. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. The closet. Criminal. I'm really curious. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for fuck, I can't talk. Distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to read some of it, not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Imagine it being called Portrait of the Makarov. That would be funny. Because Makarov is a pistol. You feel me? Like, that's so funny, dude. Ahaha. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's that's kind of dark, ain't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mike? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy some. I literally wanna fucking kill myself. I'm joking. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's going out of the video. I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you find you related to the protagonist, they're really they're made out to be one a naive one fulfilling their one-sided morals, interfere with the villain's plans. I'm I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. Where am I? What do you call it? Like, why am I yawning? Like, this is the third yawn in like the span of 15 minutes. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things in books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. That's the least I can do. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Uh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little bit apprehensive. That's... I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. I opened the book and started the prologue. I can understand that what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I... I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Uh, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I can turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. Yo, this picture just looks so cute, bro. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Yeah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Bro, that smile, that's so cute, that's Doki, bro. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. I continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this may be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your own mannerisms. I see. Judy remained silent for a moment. But Mike, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know how you're self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. Uh, uh, what are you just saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Eh? I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Uh, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do the same. I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer? uh, Would you prefer I only read it with you? Um, I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Hmm. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Of course, first one, Yuri, we have to go that way. Let's see. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Mike, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you that the kind of techniques we're practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really, I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Uh, Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to follow me. You could say that we've gotten used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. Um, I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poems as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotion through them. Yeah, if it takes it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Mike? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Alright, I'm ending this. I don't want this to be as long as last video, which was I think like 54 minutes long. Like I don't even think that there's one single person who watched through the whole thing. So I'm ending it right here. You can see this is major fuck up number 1, major fuck up number 2. Yes. Alright guys, this has been Doki Literature Club Part 3. I hope you enjoyed. And again, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.